Hey guys, it's Alex here, and today I've got another After Effects tutorial for you. And today I'm going to be going over how to make stars and smoke in After Effects. Now that might sound a bit odd to you, but I've used it in intros before, and it's just something to go in the background, and just it's quite a useful thing to know, and outline some more skills that you could use when you're using Trapcode particular, or that we'll be using in this tutorial. So I'm actually in the process of making an intro at the moment. I've got a Cinema 4D render here, and I want to add some sort of sort of starry bits and smoke into the background of this. So what I'm actually going to do is I've got the project file here with just a render, but I want to get the camera into After Effects so I can make the stars interact in the 3D space, which is just going to blend it in and make it look a lot nicer. I didn't mean to go on that, but anyway, so I want to get this camera into After Effects. So what we can do is we can go up to our render settings, and I've already actually done it, but we can go compositing project file, and we can just check save, make sure it's After Effects, and we can include the 3D data, and we can just save this in your folder. And what this is going to do, this is going to essentially export this file. And then so when we go back into After Effects, we go project, and then we can import it like so, and that was from earlier. We get a group, and then we get a composition, and it's clever if you actually already rendered it out, it will work out which render it is, and it will already put it in, but we only want this camera, so I'm just going to copy that, and I'm just going to put this into my main composition. And then I'll just line it up, so now we've got a camera there, like so. So now that should be affecting everything, and if I was just to click U, you can see all the keyframes. So what we can now do is we can go Layer, New, Solid, and we can call this Particular Stars, like that, and we can search up Trapcode Particular in our effects, and drag that onto our layer. Now if I was to solo this, you can see that it's already interacting with it, because it would normally be in the center like so, but that's already reacting with the camera, which is great. So what we can do is we can go down to emitter, and instead of being at a point, we can change it to box. We can probably boost all the particles to about 250, and we can just mess around with this box size. We want it to fill the whole screen. Just space all of them out. Obviously your thing's probably going to be different. You can increase the depth as well, and you just want to mess around till you get something that looks quite good, like so. I think that looks reasonable, and let's probably put depth up like so. And now if we were to rotate around, you can see that they're actually reacting to the camera, which is very cool. And we can turn down the velocity to about 20, because we don't want them to move. Actually, we'll make it 10 actually. We don't want them moving at, or maybe even 5, because they will move around a lot. We just want them relatively still. And what we can do, we can go down to emission extras and turn up the pre-run to 100. Just going to make it so if we were at the start, that they're all going to start at frame 1. We can go down to particle, and I like to have my quite small, so I think I'll probably drop them down to about 4 maybe. About 4 for me. And we can also change the transfer mode to add, and we can change the life per second up quite a lot. And I didn't think of that, because now we'll have to put the particles to add. We want to make it, I'm in frames at the moment, so let me just change this. Come on, bloody hell. So you want to make it about the same length as your project's going to be, so I'm going to do about 10 seconds. Oh, that was the size, my bad. So I'll just put the life to about 10 seconds. Maybe I'll put it up to 15, and I'm just going to take down, because that's meaning that they're going to stay there longer. We probably want to just decrease the particles down to maybe 175, maybe less than that, about 150. Even this, say 100 then. maybe even less. We'll put it at 80. Alright, we'll leave it there for now. Come in, you can always come back and change it. So that it's looking pretty good. Just seeing if there's anything else. No, apart from that, that is good for the stars. Now, if we were just to unsolo that, you can't actually see them, which could be a slight problem. But anyway, we will just carry on. So now what we can do is we can duplicate this layer, and then we can rename this particular smoke, and we can then just mess around with some of the settings on this. So what we can do is we can go down to the particle, and then the particle type we can change it to cloudlet, which is just going to make them sort of clouds, and then we can pump up the size to a lot, like so. So it's filling most of the screen, and then just take the opacity down to maybe 20, something like that. No, less than that. We take opacity down to actually 1. As you can see, we get this quite cool smoke. I'm just going to put the size up maybe a bit more, like that. And then we can just go to the opacity of our layer by pressing T, and we can just slowly mess around with this until we get something that looks good. So it's just a subtle feature and just something in the background, like so. So we unsolo these. You can't actually tell. This isn't probably the best example of where we would want it, but we could just like change the color slightly. So I'm gonna make the smoke, you won't be able to really see unless it's on dead black, but I'm just gonna make it sort of greenish color. And then the stars, I'll make something we can sort of see, turquoisey, like so. As you can sort of see, and then we can just add some glow onto the stars, along with maybe, so we can add some glow, star glow. Just change the length, maybe 5, actually less than that, about 2, and we can colorize them. This is just, I'm just going on some sort of stuff you could do. I'm going to change these to a blue, bluish sort of color, make it slightly darker like that. And yeah, I'm just messing around, but they're the sort of things that you can do, so you can create some really nice sort of smoke and stars. So yeah, that is the tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then please leave a like and expect some more tutorials from my Baker edit to be out soon. And yeah, I've got quite a lot of ideas. I've already recorded one which is on like the end pulses. I'm gonna do one on the gun morph transition, sort of the flashing of the people at the start, and some motion track signs as well. I've done one on the engraved headshot, which will be at the end with an annotation if you haven't seen it, so go check that out. That was quite a requested tutorial and was pretty cool. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.